Got a freeze bomb recipe. Fire bomb recipe. Concentrated death root extract recipe. Venom recipe. And a bunch of stuff. I kind of want to buy these recipes. I'm just going to buy them. I got a lot of money. And while we're at it, we'll buy staff. I mean, there's no point in me just sitting here saving it all, is there? Not sure whether these crossbows is better than the normal bow as well, so I'll buy that. And we'll see how we go. Morrigan, I have a better weapon for you, dear. There you go. Oh, Spar Power 1. Slightly less range, slightly less penetration, slightly less damage. Maybe it wasn't better, because it requires 18... It was worth a shot. I thought it was better. So yeah, better range, better crit chance, better armor penetration. Have a crossbow then, dear. Ash Warrior's Axe. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Ash Warrior's Axe. Keep the daggers, because I might know what we could do with them. Did we? I take it we learnt them recipes straight away, did we?
Are you here to make my head ache, or do you actually want to buy something?
Gonna sell you.
Mission accomplished.
Oh crap!
I hope you're happy. Are you here to make my head ache, or do you actually want to buy something? It isn't much, but take a look if you want.
Yeah, just gonna sell you some. Yeah, have an Ash Warrior's Axe, mate. Have a longbow. When thrown, this bomb explodes with flame, dealing fire damage to all creatures it hits. I've never really dabbled in the poison potion making and some of that, so I want to see if I sort of use it a bit more in this one. Anyway, we are now done with lothering, so we can now move on.
Have a care where your eyes linger, Alistair.
Yes, well, don't worry. It's not what you think.
I see.
I was looking at your nose.
And what is it about my nose that captivates you so?
I was just thinking that it looks exactly like your mother's.
I hate you so much.
Hmm? What?
Never mind.
No. Yeah, those two should definitely just hump and get it over with. Sandal has moved on. And we shall do the same. Gather party, venture forth. There's your proof that there's an archdemon.
Bad dreams, huh?
Must have been something I ate.
Drank more like, as in the tainted blood, remember? You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The archdemon is that dragon? Why didn't Duncan tell everyone that? Are these going to happen a lot?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, That's the archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
It's Sandal. Alistair also has a marker over his head. This is where you can access all of your companions all at once here. So, say we got some like superior. There we go. Superior stuff for Grey Warden Greatsword. Helps stand out a bit. Yeah, he's definitely got the better one equipped, so we can sell this one. These give him +1 constitution, 1.6. We'll keep him for now. Wonder what that was there, I don't know.
What do you need?
You want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
Just thought you might need to talk. That doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss. He was like a father, do you understand? Good, I want to be falling apart again.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
No harm done. No need to apologize. Forget it. So these conversations in camp like this, depending on your answers, affect your... There's a good way of like either boosting or decreasing your friendship rating and bonding with your companions and whatever else.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
Where the other Grey Wardens?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for their... when they fall in battle. Dwarves don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
Me and two more dead within stones beneath our ties. Our ways are not your ways, nor Duncan's.
I heard about that, now that I think about it. Their spirits return to the rock, strengthening the foundation of the Tig. It sounds so strange.
No stranger than burning your honored dead to ashes.
I suppose you're right. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Any time. Maybe I'll go to higher when you're stone. Here's my friend too.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Yeah, here you go. We got +3 after having a little chat with him. Let's go speak to Levi Dryden.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levi Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Never heard of you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
What promise did he make?
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last warden commander of Ferelden back when the wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
What happened there?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one, and our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Aww. Surprised you just kept your name, so what favour did Askin do?
Ask for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
You just go there by yourself? Never even heard of it.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
Now what you need from me? Why didn't Duncan help you? How would you clean up the warden?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Your family's faith will be rewarded. I will help you. Let's go to Soldier's Peak. What do you need from me? Why didn't Duncan help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Caelan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostergar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance. I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
I'll help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Pretty sure this is one of the DLC, so we're not going to be able to do this just yet. Yeah, it's one of the DLC. So we got 3 DLC to deal with, mate. To speak to Sundown.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
You're free to stay. Just mind yourselves. Let me see your wares. Have you been following us? What are you selling, sir?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
But you're better off telling them that they're free to stay, because this way you get access to enchantments at your camp, so you can enchant weapons and armor. And also, you get a store here as well, where you can sell anything you don't want if you can't find one.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Looks like he... What enchantment?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Yeah, that's all the proof I need, mate. Let's see what...
Oh, certainly, I can do that for you. Just come with me.
So he's got the Veilguard. I haven't got a clue how you pronounce that, but it's a dragon bone. +2 strength, melee, critical chance, +1 stamina regeneration, backstab damage, and 2 nature damage. I'm pretty sure you see it's got 3 squares at the bottom there. Pretty sure if it's got a square at the bottom there, that means you can enchant it. Could be wrong. It's been a long time since I last played this game. And I've never really messed around with the enchantments or anything like that, so I want to see if I can make use of it this time. And then we got Sylvan's Mercy. 5 nature, spell power. Yeah, we can't really use that for the moment. We got the Blood Dragon Plate Helmet. +10 health. Requires a lot of strength. And then there's the gauntlets. So we can get a full matching set. I wonder how cool it'll look if we get the full matching set. And there's the boots. +1 strength, dexterity, and constitution. +2 constitution. Willpower and mental. And then we got a Mabari collar. Yeah, this +6 armor, +6 attack. Kind of want to buy this for my dog now. Spellward, willpower, 8 regeneration while exploring. +30 spell resistance, +10 chance to dodge attacks, +6 chance to avoid missile attacks. So that it's 87 gold that costs, but considering all the buffs it gives you, that's ridiculous. +2 willpower, nature resistance, stamina regeneration in combat for a warrior or a rogue. Increase monetary gain. You're going to need that to be able to afford that. Ranged critical chance. That's a good bout for... what's her name? Liliana. +fire damage. +cold damage. These are good rings for any mages you have on. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. I want to buy this, but I can't. Health potencies. Tome of Physical Technique. Use this tome to give the readers 1 point to spend on a talent or spell, but is rendered useless afterwards. So these are ways you can sort of boost up your characters towards the end. Use this tome to give reader 1 point talent or spell. These are runes that you can put into armor and stuff. You can see all these things here for naught. These are like part of a DLC that you give gifts. So you can buy all these gifts for nothing. And then you start handing them out to your companions. This way you can quickly boost up all of your... Oh, my inventory's full, so that's kind of a bad idea, I suppose. Think of that. There you go, have it all back for a minute. But yeah, you can just basically come here. Playing this whistle around the neck of your Mabari. But yeah, you just come here and then you buy them willy-nilly as you see fit. Hand them out to your companions as you come. Depending on who you give it to. So some of them are really obvious, like so the protective cone. You ain't going to give that to anybody else other than your dog, but you're already max with your dog anyway, so it makes no difference. But I think of other obvious ones here. Let's go to the So a Grey Warden hand puppet, you can pretty much guess that you would give that to, again, stick to your dog. Grey Warden hand puppet you probably give to Alistair. Alistair doll you'll probably give to Morrigan because they hate each other, so she'll probably like it. So she's got something to stick her pins in, judging by the picture. But you get it, and as the more gifts you give them, the quicker you boost up their affinity or love or hate or whatever. Backpack. This is designed to distribute weight low uni. Automatically increases inventory by 10. There are other stuff you can give them as well, so you can give people rotten tomatoes and that'll put their love down. So, and then obviously thoughtful gifts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how that works anyway. And this is where you buy stuff to craft traps and stuff. And we got a... Now we've got a merchant at the camp, and obviously Morrigan's tucked away over here, avoiding everybody, so we'll have a quick chat with her.
What do you wish of me?
It's got nothing... We're not, like, friends or enemies at the moment.
Yes?
I think you should bugger off. Alright, let's crack on now that everybody's no longer got injuries either. And we'll go with... Still keep Liliana,
Indeed.
still keep
Indeed.
Morrigan,
Yes.
still keep Alistair. And this is where you'll get to choose where you want to go. So, Soldier's Peak is a DLC, Ban Lawrence Lands is a DLC, Soldier's Pass is a DLC. That's Denerim, where you can go confront Loghain. That's a Brazilian. That's the outskirts. That's the something outskirts where you can go to speak to the Alps. Lake Callahad Docks, that's where you go to do the mages. And then you'll unlock this afterwards. Redcliffe Village, where we'll go to deal with anything regarding Arleman. And eventually the castle. Obviously we can't go back here because they're now done. So is Lotharen, it's no longer there anymore. And then the Frostback Mountains is where you go to deal with the dwarves, obviously. So you can get to pick here where you want to start, where you want to go, who you want to deal with first. Not sure in which order I want to do this. I sort of want to do the mages last because there's a part of the tower that you got to deal with that everybody hates. It's one of the most hated parts of this game. It's pretty much the only hated part of this game. It's where you got to deal with like the Fade and stuff, which will all get explained later on, but it's just so tedious and annoying. So I'm going to start with Redcliffe, and I think we'll just sort of work our way around.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
I'm not going to like this, am I? Let me guess, you're an idiot. What's on your mind?
Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Arl Eamon exactly?
No, you never. Are you his son?
No, I'm not his son. I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arl Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
You didn't think you might have told me this before. So you're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard. Doesn't that make you the heir to the throne?
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Can't believe you're so stupid. Still should have told me there's Loghain there.
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Arl-Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Did you know the truth about you? What an awful thing to do. That sounds like a bunch of whining. You're probably luckier than most orphans.
She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall, and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually he just stopped coming.
So if you find a symbol, like a necklace or whatever it is, with a Andraste symbol on it, that's a clue. You can give it to Alistair and you'll get a huge boost to his friendship if you give it to him. But you're now to the throne, right? Why keep it a secret? You were young, and I think
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl-Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
aren't you? As you command, my prince. That's not really what you think, is it? And what does that make me?
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Yeah, scream away. Whoops. See anything interesting? 100-year-old bottle of wine. Dust still clings to it. Oh. Well, I got a cheeky 100-year-old bottle of wine. Let's throw in a save. Well, thank you, dog, for that 100-year-old bottle of wine. Let's grab this death root while we're here. Can't get in this hut, so let's go over the bridge and see what Thomas wants. Yo, Thomas.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
That depends what you need help with, mate. I'm on important business. I need to see Arl-Eamon. What do you mean? Is there a problem? Get out of my way. I have no time for slack-jawed fools. I'm on important business. I need to see Arl-Eamon.
The Arl? Then you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
What are you talking about? Heard what? I've heard the Arl-Eamon is sick. Is that what you mean? There's a civil war going on, if you haven't noticed. Is there something I should care about? I guess we haven't heard what he's talking about, so let's see what it is.
We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
More problems upon more problems. Morgan's had enough of it already by the sounds of it. She is right though. You know, first it starts with a blight and then everything starts going wrong. That girl looks severely depressed in the background now.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord.
Gave it away.
They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Tern Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Now, obviously, well, for those who don't know, the armor that I'm currently have on is the Grey Warden armor you get for becoming a Grey Warden. But I have a mod on that makes it look like the Dragonage 2 Grey Warden armor, or the Inquisition Dragonage armor. So the massive Grey Warden sign on the front. Don't be confused by that when people keep walking up to me and going, "Are you a Grey Warden? Or are you not a Grey Warden?" You know, a big symbol on the front should give it away, but it shouldn't be there, I don't think, because it's modded armor. You don't believe Loghain's lies? Not all of us died, your nephew.
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother? Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
I can happy drive them back. What evil things are you talking about? Why are you telling me this? What happened? What evil things? You keep saying evil things, but what are they?
Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arleman.
Of course we'll help. This isn't our battle. You want my help. You don't know me. So you can choose whether you want to help them or decide you don't want to help them. Some companions will like it. Some, obviously Morgan, for example, will hate it if you decide to help. Choose not to help, then you'll probably upset Alistair and Liliana. You want my help? You don't even know me. Don't even know me.
I know Alistair, and I trust those he chooses to travel with. What do you say?
Very well, I'll help. First I have questions. If I have to say no, we can't help you. Question.
By all means.
Isn't there a way into the castle to get to the source of the evil? They still haven't told me what it is. They just keep saying evil.
The castle is closed to us, its doors barred. We could storm it certainly, but what would that accomplish? Our numbers are too few. We cannot throw men at the castle walls when they are needed to protect the village.
Why don't you just evacuate the village altogether?
I tried. Our one attempt at an organized evacuation resulted in an immediate attack. Yesterday I found out these creatures attack those fleeing on their own, even during daytime. Whatever lies in the castle wants this village dead.
What happens after tonight? Because you said tonight was going to be a big evil.
Once the village is safe, we will try to enter the castle to find the source of this trouble.
So he just said a storm in the castle was a bad idea, and now, after tonight, he wants to go into the castle. Alright, I heard
Then
that.
you will help us?
What happens if I... No, that's just... Very well.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Yeah, I told you Morgan would hate it. But again, we need to help them in order to get into the castle to save Eamon so we can get troops from Eamon to amass an army, so... It's one of those things where you want to do one thing, but to do that one thing you have to do another thing and another thing and another thing. I'm on my way. I want to discuss the situation with you. Tell me about yourself.
This is hardly the time to be discussing personal details, don't you think? We will have to fight for our lives very shortly.
Well, why not? Unless I want to know something about you.
I suppose that's not too much to ask. I did not mean to be brusque.
Brusque? What will you do if Eamon is dead?
I don't know. If Connor lives, he'll be the Arl and I'll need to help him with it. If he's... well, I don't want to think about that.
Why have you stayed? Why didn't you just leave?
After the first attack, I wanted to go for help, but I couldn't just leave these people. The Bannon gear up to battle Loghain, while darkspawn loom to the south. Loghain won't send anyone, so Redcliffe is on its own.
Are you a skilled warrior, or do you just like holding your sword that way?
Skilled enough to know there are many far better than myself.
Alright, let's get back to the matter.
Good, then my secrets are still safe. I was worried for a moment there.
You have the Eamon's knights here. Why are you in a chantry with the villagers?
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
Search for the Urn of Sacred Ash.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Why are you in the chantry with the village?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Well, now look, did you need more men in here with you?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
And what exactly are they?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead? Spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
So we're talking about zombies then. We finally get to the crux of the matter. The village is being attacked by zombies. What happens when the battle's
Hopefully
over?
we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
There better be a reward after all this.
Eamon would be in a better position to reward you, to be honest. Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
So Alistair approves, Liliana approves, and obviously Morgan hugely disapproves. So, that's going to do it for this episode. I just want to take a quick second to say a massive thank you for those of you who are watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider smashing that like button or dropping a sub. You don't have to, of course, it's entirely up to you, but it is free and it just helps my channel grow a little bit more.
Most of all, though, I just wanted to say again a massive thank you for those of you who are watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.